everyone, and welcome to the fourth episode of the Hymn of the Goddess podcast. Today, I am joined by the beautiful and talented singer, songwriter, herbalist, hair care professional, Kailey Wilson. You can find her on Instagram at kayleywilson.4444.
She's orbit as new ones grow. I take what's meant for me and leave the rest. I hold gratitude close to my chest.
Hello, Kailey. Thank you for joining me.
Hi, thanks for having me.
I think everybody here would like to learn a little bit more about the origin of Kailey and what was the first spark to get you into music.
It's hard to say what the first spark is because music has always just been a huge part of my life. Like I grew up doing choir lessons, singing in church, taking voice lessons, piano, which I hated piano lessons and now I regret that. And then I also competitive danced. Well, I started dancing at 3 and then I started competitive dancing when I was like 10. So we got like a good while of competitive dancing. I did that until I was 18. In high school, I got friends with some music stoner nerds and we started doing like dance parties, and one of them was like a DJ, and one of them like had a recording studio. So we just started like messing around in the recording studio, and my nickname became DJ Kailey Doty, and that's just like what everyone called me. And so I like started like releasing some covers and little things that I just would record on GarageBand and put them on SoundCloud under DJ Kailey Doty.
Are they still available?
Oh my God. They are still out in the ethers on SoundCloud.
Everybody needs to check them out. But sorry, I interrupted. Carry on.
So that was kind of through until I was like 19 or 20. And then I kind of grew apart from this friend group. But I did stay connected with one of them who was learning to be a producer. And I think it was like in 2015. I recorded an Amy Winehouse cover with him. We like recorded it, like kind of music video, studio vibes, put that on YouTube. So that's on my YouTube channel now. And after that, I kind of fell away from music for a little bit. I was like working in the beauty industry, and then that wasn't aligning with me. And so I had like a kind of like my spiritual awakening in like my early mid-20s, and ended up like just moving to an island, Kauai, and working on an organic farm there. So much happened with that. But that kind of got me into like the like herbalism world and into energy work, which is like the other side of me. So it was kind of like my focus for a few years. And then in 2021, my mom passed away from cancer. And after that, it was such a catalyst for me of like, I have to do music, because she always wanted me to be a singer. She wanted me to be a church singer, but that isn't
Almost.
happening.
You are spreading positive message with your music.
Yeah, exactly. Like I have a spiritual flair, and so I think she'd be happy. But that really was when I started taking music like seriously. It was in 2021, started writing my own songs, ended up getting in the studio, and I think I released my first single at Pisces Moon. Everyone loves that song. I released that in March of 2023, and then my first EP in October of 2023. And then, from there, we've just been doing more.
Pisces moon is definitely like, I am a Pisces moon in my astrology chart. So that song resonates with me a lot. But yeah, everybody should hear it. It's a great song to start your day with. I don't know what is about it, what crack you put in there, but like when I hear those little things, it just makes me so happy.
Yeah, I feel that.
I wanted to ask, like, do you think dancing, I mean, I'm sure the answer is yes, but like I used to dance as well, as you know, and I feel like that gives you a different sort of perspective on rhythm and music.
Definitely. 5, 6, 7, 8.
I feel like, that's opens up a different world and a different way of connecting with music, which is quite nice. But yeah, doing 8 years of competitive dancing, how was that?
I was obsessed with it and I
Mhm.
love dancing. It was such medicine for me, but it was really intense, very like mean girl energy. It really affected my like body image and self-esteem.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's a crazy world, but I am grateful for it because yes, I feel like dance and music are so intertwined and I have a lot of gratitude that that is my like roots of music. And because it's like I was pretty much like bred to be a performer. Like I've been performing my whole life and I always was more scared of singing performing
Mm.
than dancing. It's taken a lot of like healing work to really be able to like share my voice, and now it's just like I'm addicted. Like I love performing and sharing my voice, and like I'm just so grateful that yeah, I have that foundation of performing because I feel like it really helps my music journey.
Yeah, 100%. I think, like, obviously, it helps to be used to being on a stage because in whether it's public speaking or dancing, like, you have to put yourself out there and you kind of work through whatever anxiety there may be. And I
Mhm.
feel like having done that at an early age makes it maybe a bit easier. Yes, speaking of performing, you just recently did an amazing live show or a protest. Would you like to tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. I wouldn't say it was like a show. I did perform at a protest. Yeah.
Yes, sorry, not show, performance, yes.
Yeah, performed at a protest. It was called Hex the Fascist. So we were doing straight up witchcraft and it was super powerful. I got to share my songs, Druidic Dreams and Pisces Moon. It was the biggest crowd I've ever played for, which was amazing. And it was super powerful. I'm grateful to share my voice and fight the good fight.
From the snippets I've seen, it was really powerful, like you said. Like, you could feel the strength and the energy coming from you and from the whole community.
Thanks.
And I wish I could have been there in person.
Me too.
From all the shows and performances you've ever done, which one was your favorite, would you say? Do you have a favorite?
That's hard to say. Last May, I got to perform at the Paper Wing Theater in Monterey, California, which is where I was just living. And it's like the local theater there. And it's such a cool vibe. It's kind of like speakeasy vibes. Like all the tables had like candles on them. It seemed very intimate. And a lot of people showed up, which was really amazing to feel that support. And that show definitely like stands out to me of just like good energy. Loved it.
Love that. And what is your like ideal venue? And yeah, I suppose venue and just show, or is it a festival? Like, what is the dream?
Wow, big question. I definitely would love to play at festivals, preferably like outdoors in nature. I really like playing at like art galleries. I would love to play Red Rocks in Colorado. I feel like I've never even been to that venue, but I just feel like that would be amazing. Would love to play on NPR's Tiny Desk. That's like
Yes, please,
my
NPR, come on, movie.
Please. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to win the contest, but that's okay. We're still working towards the goal. I've got a lot of time to make it.
Yeah, no, you're gonna be there. If I have to come up with a spell or whatever, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, like let's get into our spell book.
Yeah.
And I also like the Hymn of the Goddess festival we've like talked about doing. I'm
Mhm.
still holding that vision.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, I keep talking about it as if it's reality because
Yeah,
obviously manifestation. I would really like to make it happen, and I just can
same.
imagine what a beautiful vibe it would be. Especially if everyone came down to where I live, make it convenient for me. But
I would love to go to Greece. So
we could do one day in the mountains and then the next day on the beach, and
amazing.
yes. So if anybody would like to sponsor this event, then please get in touch. What I wanted to say, like, you feel very comfortable being on stage, or at least you seem it, and you have this great chemistry and connection with the audience. What advice would you give to people who don't have that? Like, how do you prep for your show?
I like that question. I would say, like, just try to stay as present as possible and not like to get too much into like the anxious or invasive thoughts and overthink things. And, if it helps like day of show to focus on like doing some meditations and wellness just to like really take care of yourself and nourish your nervous system, that could always be good. Get your herbal tea and your protection crystals, have that with you before the show. And then the biggest thing of all is like, we're sharing our art, and it doesn't have to be like perfection. Like, obviously, of course we want to show up perfect, but if we mess up, like, it's okay. The biggest names in music mess up in shows. It's such a human thing to be so vulnerable in front of so many people. And I think that sometimes, like, as indie artists, we compare ourselves and like put so much pressure to be perfect when like there doesn't need to be that pressure. Like, we're just sharing our art, and art isn't perfect, and that's what's beautiful about it.
You know what I love about your answer? You've given such a different point of view on like, look after your mind, take care of yourself, instead of like practice your song for 10 hours. Like, of course you have to practice and all of that, but I love how you approach it from a different perspective. And it's so true, because I remember when I did my first show and I was getting these thoughts of like anxiety, and I was getting scared, and then I had this like, shut the fuck up, as in like me to myself, to those particular thoughts. Like, I'm here to be that girl and not to be worrying and thinking of all the things that can go wrong.
Like, you are that bitch.
Exactly. Yes. That's my number one affirmation.
Yes. And like, I will say, like, yes, practicing is important, but I've had shows where like I just don't practice as much versus shows where I have practiced a lot. And like, you just never know how like you're gonna end up showing up during a show. And sometimes, even no matter how much you practice, you still make a mistake, versus like maybe you don't practice as much and you play perfectly. Like, I just really do think the mind and our nervous system is so much more important to make sure that that is at ease and centered and grounded, because if you're not, it's going to be so much more chaotic.
Oh, no, 100% agreed. Sometimes, even when I'm singing or recording at home, like, I haven't practiced at all, but I have a good day and everything goes well. And then other times, like, I'll be trying and the sounds just don't come out. And like, I think it's important to also mention that as women, our cycle changes, and that makes differences to our voice. So we can't expect to be the same and perform the same every single time. So ideally, if you can, perform during ovulation. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, no, literally. Like, the protest this past Saturday, like, I'm ovulating. This Friday, I have a gig at an art gallery, and I'm going to be in my luteal phase. So I'll let you know how different it is.
Okay, yes, that would be interesting, because I'm in this one now too, and I just want to smash everyone's face in.
Yeah, girly things.
Do you have any upcoming shows? Yeah, you just said the one that is coming up. It's at an art gallery?
Yeah, like local art, and I'll just be playing as people look at the art, which I really like doing that.
Wow, that's amazing. What do you prefer, when you are the main attraction or when you're just there in the background?
I guess it's hard, because with an art gallery, I still feel like I'm kind of like, I'm heard, like people are paying more attention, like versus like, a pub or a bar, a coffee shop. That I don't love that as much, because people are there to chat with their friends, their family, eat, catch up. They're not really there for the music. And so like, that is probably my least favorite kind of gig. And I hate attention. I really do. But like, when I'm performing, I am like, all right, listen up.
Okay. Love that. No, I mean, I get it, because from the perspective of sometimes going somewhere and like being at a restaurant, and I want to talk to my friends, but then it's like the volume is never right. They're always too loud, the performance.
Yeah. Yep.
Or even when you go to a wedding, the DJ is always too loud. I don't know what it is. I feel, like the places where you go and you want to listen to music, see art, and do all of that is always going to be better received by the audience, and I think you will feel more at ease. I hope to see some videos from the upcoming, and
Best for you, girl.
thank you very much. If you were to go on tour as a supporting act, who would you want to be the support for?
Wow, that's a question. I would love to support Ayla Nerio. She's not super mainstream, but she's like one of my biggest inspirations, and I've learned so much from her through her music journey and my own. So she's like number one. But if I'm going like mainstream, I would have to say probably Stevie Nicks. Aurora would be amazing as well.
Okay, well, I hope for all of these to happen and then for you to eventually become the headliner.
That would be crazy.
Would you come to Europe?
I would. If they loved me there, I would definitely come there.
Yeah, of course. We love you here. I'm speaking for all of Europe and for West Africa and the Middle East.
A lot of places to be a voice for.
Yes. You're welcome. What new things are you cooking up for us?
I'm working on a song right now. Hopefully I'll be releasing that in April or May. And then our collab is
all right. Yes.
Yeah, definitely on the mind. I'm really wanting to get back into using my loop machine and creating on that. So I've got a lot of ideas, and hopefully they manifest within the year.
Yeah, I mean, if you put the inspired action, they will.
They will, yeah.
And would you like to share a snippet with us?
Sure, yeah. So the song I'm working on right now, I have a studio session Wednesday. We're going to do the vocals. I'm really excited. But it's like a little bisexual love song. So I guess I could play like the first verse and chorus.
Yes, please.
I have my guitar, and this guitar I inherited from my grandma. So it's a very special guitar that I have.
Does she have a name?
Her name was Lorna.
Your grandma?
Yeah.
I love the name.
Oh, did you mean the guitar? Honestly, no. I think I maybe wanted to name the guitar Sunny because I drew like a sun on it.
Aw, Sunny's cute. Let's give it up to Kailey for an exclusive sneak peek.
Right here on Him and the Goddess podcast. No one's heard this yet, so.
I'm honored.
Settling in for the night, strumming my guitar. 2 bottles of rosé, rose-colored lenses on. I never thought I'd look at you that way. Oh, I never thought you'd look at me and say, I wanna kiss you, maybe. I wanna know you that way. Oh, I never thought. I'll stop there.
I love it. It's beautiful, and thank you for sharing here with us. Is this a part 2 to Josephine?
I like originally thought it was going to be, but I don't think so. I guess if anything, because like Josephine's my alter ego. So if anything, it could be like Josephine singing this song and like kind of like my own healing for my journey of figuring out my sexuality.
Because I think I heard a little bit of in the lyrics. Was there some sort of correlation? I don't know. I felt like I heard something. No,
I don't think so, but I love that you are thinking this. I'll have to like look into it more and see if I subconsciously did that.
But it's beautiful, and I am looking forward to hearing it. And I hope that this airs. How the fuck do you say that? Goes on air.
You got it.
goes on air around the time that the song releases. And yeah, we will be able to hear the acoustic live next to studio
Yeah.
production.
Yeah, the studio one definitely has more layers. I did play the guitar layer, which is my first time ever playing guitar for one of my songs. Usually my producer does. So that's really exciting. But there's like some slide guitar he added and like, yeah, it's good. It's fun.
I love that. And I hope that you continue making more music where you like play the guitar. Because I think, does it make it feel a little bit more special?
Yeah. As in like recording the guitar myself on the track. Is that what you're meaning?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it just like helps add more of like the original song essence, I guess, because like I've just always been too embarrassed of my guitar skills to feel like I could record on like a produced track, but I feel like I have grown a lot in my guitar playing and just feel more confident in myself. So it's like really cool to see how just within like the last year and a half of doing music or recording music in a studio, like just how much I've grown from that. Like practice really does help.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just here sitting that I don't play any instrument and I wish I did. And I'm thinking like, you should be so proud for knowing how to play. And I'm like, yeah, what I'm trying to say is you're doing amazing.
Thank you.
And, knowing how to play an instrument is a great skill. And practice does help as much as it sucks that it does. It doesn't suck, but yeah, you know what I mean.
No, there's many frustrating times with like all aspects of music. Like, I feel like just all aspects of music, every layer that goes into it, it just takes practice and it can be a lot.
Yeah, it can. And especially if you like do many other things at the same time, I feel like what I struggle with the most is like carving that time out and dedicating to it and then maybe paying attention.
No, same. It's hard, especially like all the tech side of music. It's very daunting. And, especially as like indie artists, we're doing everything on our own. And, not everyone has like budget to pay for a producer or pay for someone to mix their music. Like we put so much money into making music and creating it because it's what we love to do, but then we make nothing back. And it's like, cool.
Yeah, no, it's a very expensive hobby for sure. But
Yeah.
then, like, if you think of any hobby or passion, most of the time you'd spend that money anyway. Like, I don't know, when people love Lego or what kind of hobbies people have, I don't know, knitting. I don't think yarn is very expensive, but you get my point.
It adds up, and like it's a lot. And then figuring out how to monetize what you want to monetize of your hobbies and creating and what you want to keep like for yourself as just like that hobby or outlet. Because once you start to monetize off of something, it really does change the energy.
Oh yeah, it does. Like, I think maybe it's mainly for our generation where it seems everything we do, we have to figure out how to make money off of it. And then we've just stopped doing things for the joy of doing it. When it comes to music, it's different because it does cost. Like, unless you produce and mix it yourself, like I don't, it costs me to put out a song every single time. And so far I've made £16 in royalties. So thank you. That didn't cover one song.
Oh my gosh, I know.
But, I love doing it. And when I didn't do it, I didn't feel right.
Pick and choose your poison.
Yeah. At this point, I will just, class it as a hobby. Like, I spend money on Pilates and on going to the gym and whatever else. So as that is good for my body, this is good for my soul.
Oh, I love that. Nourishing your soul.
Yes. And if anybody wants to like come for my finances, that's what I'm going to tell them. And I mean my husband by somebody.
I mean, both you and I think relate on this too, because like we both own businesses aside from doing music. And so it is just like a lot.
Yeah, which is what I wanted to ask you about. It's like, how do you tie in, managing your business and doing it full time to then also finding, like, I don't know if it's about finding the time, but rather finding the motivation and the schedule to like put everything together? What's your system?
It's a good question. I'm still learning. Like I can be very chaotic with my schedule. I'm like very flowy.
Mm.
Structure is hard for me. So I'm really trying to like lean into the masculine side of business because I desperately need more structure as I get busier. But I really just pretty much from when I wake up and after, I get like going with the day, like we'll just say 9 o'clock. Like I'll work from until like 3-4ish, and it's like I will whatever I'm flowing with, whether it's like I need to do computer work for my business, or I need to do like I need to make some products, or I need to record vocals. Like I just kind of like make sure I have like a list out of everything I need to do that day, and then just kind of flow with how I'm feeling of the order. But again, it's like I'm really lacking structure.
I mean, you're doing better than I am, because like even if it's on the to-do list, it may get done today, may get done next month. Who knows? Not me.
No, and I'm the same. Like sometimes I'm just like, you know what, this is not happening today. Like something else is needing more from me. And so like maybe that's the Pisces in us. Like
I was gonna say it's very water sign for sure, because we're just flowing,
yeah.
And like at least you have a Capricorn moon. I have like very little earth placements.
I will say like the Capricorn moon helps to like ground me a lot. I feel like if I didn't have a Capricorn moon, I would be completely like all over the place.
Yeah, because I'm just like a mixture of water and fire, pretty much.
But there will always be passion. So at least we'll get that.
Yeah, passion. It can go both ways. Do you find that like the way you manage your hair care business is transferable onto how you could manage your music?
Yes, but it's hard because like my business does kind of always take first priority, because that's like how I make money. And I know that like I'm not really going to make money from music. I'm not like shutting that off from the universe. Like I will graciously receive money from music if that's the path, but like I can't depend on that. So I definitely do make my business my first priority. Like you said, music's kind of more of like the hobby, the outlet, the medicine for our souls. And did that answer your question?
Does it matter the sort of systems and processes that you use for your business? Because to me, it seems like the moment I try to, look at music in that way, it kind of loses its fun. If I have to put a restriction on my creativity, like right now we're being creative, then it just doesn't flow for me. And I sort of envy the people that are able to schedule like, okay, today I am recording this content, and then tomorrow I'll post a batch of things. Like sometimes I will not post anything for a week, and then in one day you get 3 reels just because.
I love that about you, though.
Thank you, but the algorithm doesn't.
I mean, what does the algorithm like? I do kind of follow structures I have for my business with music in some ways. Yeah, I think they do support each other and they go hand in hand, honestly. Like the dream would be, to be playing a show and have my merch be my hair care products, like herbal products and magic. So,
but you could also do the other way around, where every time you ship a product, like a parcel, you put a mixtape in it.
That's such a good idea.
I've been contemplating buying like very cheap little MP3 players and then just giving them out to people.
I love that idea.
I just need to find like something that doesn't break the bank, and I can buy a few. But you're welcome to use my idea and put a little one with every hair parcel. But like your music goes so well with you, it's so you, and your hair care brand is also very you. I mean, I know what I mean when I say you, and you know what I mean, but to those that don't, it's very holistic, very nature oriented, and healing, has this positive, uplifting vibe, but also a powerful message, which is how I see you and your music, and just like everything about you is so cohesive. So I love that.
Thank you.
And so I was just gonna say it like goes all so well together. And so if you love Kailey's music, then you will also love her hair care products.
Yes, they're pretty magic. I mean, look how shiny my hair is.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, not to brag, but it's because of herbal hair.
It is super shiny. And for those that are not watching and only listening to the audio, you should definitely check out her hair Instagram page, which is
kaw.herbalhaircare.
What is your favorite part about being independent as an artist?
I'm like, what part of being independent?
Oh, the women.
So what is my favorite part?
Mm-hmm.
That I can do whatever I want. I can create what I want. I can move at my own pace. Yeah, I don't have to be in a box. I hate being put in a box. Like even with genre, it's like, I don't know. I just love the idea of like mixing genres together and like breaking rules of song structure. And, you know, maybe that won't read very well of like me getting put into playlists or whatever, but I just like to do what I want.
No, I get that totally. I agree. And, you know, I love what you do with that. Without using genre, how would you describe your music?
I don't know how to describe it without genre. I feel like I do like some indie folk, some singer-songwriter, some pop folk, some like straight up pop. And I feel like the song that I shared a little snippet of, it kind of could lean towards like R&B, folky vibes. I've been really
R&B
loving the
folk?
idea of like folk and R&B together.
Is there somebody that does that, you know, is in the mainstream?
I don't know. I would have to really think about that more. I just kind of think of icons I love like Amy Winehouse or Nora Jones, kind of like taking inspiration from them and then taking inspiration from like my folk influences that I have and putting them together. And like I recently did a cover of one of Rihanna's songs and I did it on my acoustic
I love that.
guitar. So it kind of had that folk flair.
I love that. Yeah, I think that would be very interesting. And it would be like a way to introduce folk to folk who don't love folk.
Exactly. And I guess I don't even know if like Nora Jones and Amy Winehouse are classified as R&B, like or more like bluesy jazz. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know, but I am definitely here for it. Like, I love blurring those lines of genre, bending them, you know, just doing,
mhm.
like you said, whatever you want and like experimenting. And, you know, you will be one of the trendsetters and first ones to do it.
Well, hopefully that's my big break then.
We will make it happen. And you're hearing it here first on Hymn of the Goddess podcast. So, on that note, if you had an unlimited budget, who would you like to have on your team?
I would love to have a marketing coordinator, director doing all of that kind of stuff. So I guess PR, like a PR team. I think PR would be the biggest thing and maybe like a manager to help just like keep me organized and in check. I love my producer that I've worked with so far, so I would just keep him in my life.
Can we get the name?
His name's Brecken Jones. His artist name is Dirty Cookie.
Okay, shout out Bracken, Kailey's favorite producer.
I really loving collaborating with people and you know when it really like works and it's just like, oh, we just created something amazing. It's like, you gotta keep them around.
Yeah, no, 100% agreed. And it's nice to keep continuing collaborations. Like, you know how, let's say, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, they've been collabing for years, ever since, like, you know, she wasn't that famous. Lana Del Rey and The Weeknd have been making collabs for a long time.
Taylor Swift and Jack Antonoff. I know you're such a fan of Taylor Swift.
Yes. I mean, okay, so like I guess I'm thinking more singers, but yeah, you've got Taylor and Jack and then Billy and Phineas. They're siblings, but anyway. Hopefully it will be also Kailey Wilson and Doreen.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say is like, what about a booking agent, someone to book your tours?
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
If anyone's listening and you're a booking agent, here is Kailey. She is in the US and she'll gladly come to Greece as well. Would the people that you would love to open for or go on tour with are the same people that are your dream collaborations?
Yes, I would love to collab with all of them for sure. I mean, the list could go on of people I would love to collaborate with. I would love to collaborate with Frank Ocean. I think that would be an amazing opportunity. I would love to collaborate with the Beatles, but that's not really a thing anymore.
When you close your eyes and you imagine that you were living the life of the dream, do you want to walk us through like what are the things that you do?
I would say like a day in the dream life would be like starting the day, walking outside to the river and just being with the river, and then maybe gardening a little, doing some herbalism, make some potions, then do some music, maybe do some energy work, maybe have a performance that night. I think that I really want to live like a more simple life. And I do feel like I would love to be a mom in the future. So maybe I'm like taking care of my babies.
And are you like introducing music to them? Like, would you sign them up for piano and stuff at an early age? And
I
be
don't
like,
know, maybe. Yeah, I would love music to be definitely a big part of the life. I would love to be herbalism to be a big part of the life. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be like that mom that's like the
I'm
herbalist.
kind of
Mom. I don't want to be famous, really. I want to share my music. I want it to be heard. But I don't want that lifestyle. Like, I want a simple life along the river with my garden.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I agree. Like, when I think of the things that superstars go through, like, I don't really see myself dealing with all of that. Like, I'm too old for that shit.
It's a lot to like be constantly in the spotlight, and like everything you do and say is scrutinized by millions of people.
I think I said it in one of the episodes where I used to think becoming popular and, you know, becoming a star would mean that it's easy money, which it absolutely isn't. And it comes with so much. I think Cristiano Ronaldo said that becoming so famous has been one of the biggest curses of his life. I don't know if he actually said it or, you know, someone just posted that. But I think I even wrote it in like my, you know, manifestation that I would like to be moderately famous.
Yeah, like Elanerio, who I've mentioned, like her level would be amazing because like she is very well known. She makes money from music. She tours, she does festivals, but like she also lives a very simple life. She just had a baby. She has her partner, you know, and like, yeah, I really look at her as like, that is the goal.
Well, that's nice because, like, you know, maybe you can stalk her a little bit and then figure out like how her life looks like.
I took like an online course from her, which was like on opening your voice and songwriting, and then she did like an in-person retreat, and so I went to that and like got to meet her and learn from her in person. I got to share Pisces moon to her, and like so like we have like different connections, and so I'm just like manifesting like, okay, through our connections we will come together.
And now I have to learn all about that retreat. I wish we had more time today because I would love to hear a bit more, but I think we have a few minutes. So take the stage. Tell us about the retreat. How was it?
It was good. It was beautiful. It was in Nevada City, California, which is very beautiful, very like a lot of trees, foresty. The Yuba River goes through there. It was like a very like spiritual leaning, which sometimes is a bit like red flaggy to me because like sometimes spiritual communities can be like really toxic, but it was beautiful, and I don't even know how to explain it more than that. I made a lot of beautiful connections with other, you know, musicians, and yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you can share it or if you signed an NDA, but like, what did you guys do?
There was different workshops throughout the day, like moments of like ecstatic dance, moments of like standing in circle, and just whoever feels the call to go in the middle and freestyle and just sing whatever they want and share their voice however they want, like a lot of that. And then we had like our show where we all shared like our original music that we wanted to share with each other. So yeah, again, a little more spiritual leaning, but
no, that's beautiful. Sounds like an amazing time. I hope that, you know, you can do it again with
it'd be amazing to host our own retreat, like the Hymn of the Goddess retreat.
That's what I was just thinking, but I didn't want to be like, tell me everything you did so I can steal the ideas.
No, I mean, like there's retreats like this all over, and I think that like pulling inspiration from them is like a beautiful thing, you know, and we definitely make it our own, but that could be definitely something we could consider.
Yes,
that's a festival. Like I've also seen people do that, you know, where it's like a festival, but there's also like workshops throughout way. It's kind of like a retreat festival vibe.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, no, I have a list of things that I want to do, and it's a fucking long list because I have a billion ideas, and it's there higher up on the list. So
I mean,
let's
that's what
make it
your
happen.
business is, right? Like event planning.
Yes, it
With
is.
weddings,
So
right? But
yes, it's about weddings, and I think a festival is quite a bigger scale, but I have a friend who does that, so I should be able to to pull this off. It's just a matter of actually, will people come?
well, you've got like all our support, and we'll bring the people. We'll get it. We'll make it happen.
Oh, I mean the performance, like us as the community.
Well, even if it's just me and you, girl.
Let's do it. I can get my family around.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you, Kailey, so much for being here with me today and yapping with me. And I am looking forward to having you back soon. And is there anything else you would like to add to everybody here?
Thank you for having me, for making this podcast, and follow my herbal hair care, follow my music. I would love to connect with people and share my medicine.
Yes, and I will link all of Kailey's links below in the description so you can easily find her Instagram profiles, and please support her wonderful business and music.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Bye.
Bye.